All right, so this is case study number 2. I could not get Adam to meet up with me, so I would like to just go ahead and record it and send it to you. So case study number 2 was all about the Leandro versus the state of North Carolina, and how a superintendent wanted to change budgeting for his district. So an overview of the Leandro versus the state of North Carolina is that it was filed in 1994 by parents, students, and school districts in 5 low-wealth and rural counties here in North Carolina. They argued that the schools in these counties were receiving lower than average tax revenues despite having higher than average tax rates. So the case filed alleged that students in these counties were denied their right to a sound basic education under the North Carolina Constitution, and the Supreme Court held that all children residing in North Carolina have a fundamental right to receive a sound basic education. So within the case study, the superintendent announced a student-based budgeting system. He wrote a letter to the community, sent it out. The student-based budgeting allocates money directly to schools based on student enrollments and the specific needs of those students, such as if they are in a Title I area, if the students have EC eligibility, are they labeled at risk, etc. The goal of the student-based budgeting system is to give equitable distribution of funds throughout the schools based on those specific student needs. So the benefits of the student-based budgeting is that the money is available to help those students in need, such as the EC eligibility, at-risk, Title I, etc. More resources are available with more funding. The drawback, it's against the North Carolina state law. Local districts cannot decide how state or federal funds are dispersed. We talked about, federal's the highest, below that is state, below that is local. So local districts cannot go above. Within the textbook reading, I found a quote that stood out the most to me that said, "The most important thing to remember about the local role in school finance is that boards of education have no inherent power." And I thought that spoke really well to that sentiment. So, in conclusion, while student-based budgeting is a good idea in theory, it currently violates the North Carolina state law. And it's important to know your role. You have to remember that local board members do not have power over state or federal guidelines for financial distributions. And here are the order of the laws to follow: federal, then state, then your local board policy. Thank you for your time.